Hey guys, it's MC Fixit here. I have a brand new product to review. This is the BESTMOW T-100. This is a robotic lawnmower that has AI built into it and battery powered and covers up to 1.5 acres. I'm going to unbox it and test it and give you guys my thoughts on if this is something maybe you should get. It has a lot of safety features built into it, including you can't take it off the property. It has an automatic stop, things like that. But I'm excited to unbox it, test it out, and give you guys my thoughts. So let's go ahead and open it up. So right off the bat, it has this beautiful understanding of how to unbox it and how to connect it. And so we're going to walk you through all of that. They also have the app right there with the QR code. So you're going to want to download that app to have access to be able to do this properly and to be able to set this up how it should go. So I'm going to go ahead and scan the app, open it in the App Store, and download it. So once your app is ready, go ahead and click that open button. Click allow notifications. You can go ahead and skip that. You want to go ahead and create a login, or you can sign in with a Google account. It does have lots of options on how you can set everything up. Go ahead and add your verification code. I probably will black this out, but go ahead and enter it. And it's set to expire on whatever date it says on your screen. So you're going to choose a reliable spot for the charging station. So let's go ahead and open this up and show you all that comes in it. And then we'll jump back to the app in a second. So inside of here, this is your cover for rain and things like that. We'll eventually be screwing this down. Inside the cover here comes with some tools. These are your blade disc and some stakes and other tools. Power cord. These are your blades with some screws and your hook and a couple wire ties. There's a couple more wire ties that look like they kind of in shipping got moved around a little bit. And then right inside here is your mower with the charging dock. And we'll go ahead and take this to the backyard because that's where I want this thing to live. And we will show you how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the box. If it's easier, you might be able to just cut it out. But I'm just going to lift it out. I don't feel like it's that heavy. It does have a couple pieces of foam I'm going to remove. So it tells you to find a reliable spot to charge it. If you understand, click next. Place it in an area that has a strong outdoor, avoid trees and walls and things like that. So right over here, I have this little pad I'm actually going to use as its home base. This is simply just brick that's actually pretty old actually, but it'll work great because it's away from the house. The house is that way. About 10 feet, you want to have some distance and it to be able to be seen and have good Wi-Fi connection. Click next if you understand. You want to install it on flat ground. You don't want it to be real hilly. This is pretty flat here. Needs to be at least 7 feet away from obstacles, which is way more than 7 feet. Then watch the video for the next steps. Every 4 inches, you're going to put stakes. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot this guy off. So I'm going to put the charging station right here. You're going to want to go ahead and get your stakes. And if you're able to, stake this thing. And it might be a little hard for me because I'm on concrete pad. So I was able to get 3 of the 5. If you're putting this in grass, it's going to work a lot better versus this pavers here. But overall, you just want it to be very secure to the ground. And then you're going to run your cable back to where you have electric. So it runs back over here and ends up right next to this outlet. You're going to take the end, plug it in. It has a little notch. Then screw this in for it to be watertight. And then we're going to go ahead and stick this in, and that should fit under there perfectly. A lot of these will have little notches you can take out, so it just fits perfect. So you're able to plug it in, keep it out of weather, and bring it over. And then it just comes right to the box here. You can so go and connect your mower. Connect it to your Wi-Fi, into your Wi-Fi password. Once you got all that set up, you're going to go and get to your second box, and this is your quick guide for the antenna. And so you can see lots of different places you can put the antenna. You can put it in the ground, or you can put it other places. So we got to figure out where we want to put that. Here are ground stakes as well. You can use these instead of the green ones if you would like. Another screwdriver, a number of screws, power cord, stakes, and then here are your post pieces. So I went ahead and screwed 3 screws in, put it on the fascia board, put the cord on, and wrapped it around. And then there are 2 nuts that need to be tightened down up there. And then I just ran the cord down and got it plugged in. So another thing I did with this cable, instead of just letting it hang down, I ended up putting these little clips on it. These are made by Command. They're an outdoor clip, and they work really well. You can use them for different types of lighting, and everything goes in, and it's nice and clean. I only use 3. I put 1 there, 1 here, and 1 here. Then it just runs down and over, so that works perfect. Let's go ahead and put on this cover here. You're going to look for the pack of screws. It does come with 5, which is nice in case you lose one. There are 4 screws that do need to go on to keep this thing where it's supposed to be. You're just going to use the included tool for that. This cover will protect it from the elements, the sun, and allow it to just charge a little quicker because you're not in direct sunlight. Okay, that's set up now. So for your cable, you can actually use these included little spikes here. Go ahead and put them in and push down. That can help keep your line nice and tight. The next step is to add the RTK to the network. You're going to enter your credentials for your Wi-Fi. Go ahead and click next. It will take a couple of seconds for this to work. I think it is successfully binded. After it's binded, you can go ahead and see what your status is. You do want to make sure each one of those is green. That'll give you the best cut available. Go ahead and hit the back button. Click the complete charging station, and that will go ahead and take a few moments to detect and process through, showing you have Wi-Fi signal, the GPS, and the charging.
and then it'll take just a few seconds, like I said, and then you will get this symbol. Then after that happens, you go ahead and do the next step, which is to start mapping your lawn. You can go ahead and watch the guide right there, and when you're ready, you go ahead and click the button, and it will automatically come out of the machine. Once it has come out of the machine, you're going to connect the stick that they provide and use the mapping tool and the stick to take it around your yard. So you're going to grab the tool, you're going to hook it in to this wire tie here. It is a very strong wire tie, so you can pull it around the yard. You can extend this pole out as well. And then you're just going to go around the yard and use the mapping tool and kind of help guide it and make sure you're getting right where you want your mapping to be. You have now completed your first map. It does say to cut the wire tie, but I would encourage you not until you map other things. Then you cut the wire tie, which I'll show you in a second. So I set up 4 different maps. You can see them here. You easily just add area. That allows you to add different areas, and I'll select between some of them here. You can see I have a really big area that takes 16 hours to cut. That's the one I'll show you a little bit later. The other ones are pretty quick. They're cut just a couple hours each. And then I have one that like combines a bunch of them. So you have the option of doing a lot there and choosing what you want for your property.
It does say that we need to remove the cable tie before mowing. And to remove it,
Go ahead and select whichever map you want. I'm going to choose the one that is the backyard one. And once you hit mow, it's going to start mowing, and your mower will automatically start and go around the yard and cut your grass, and you will get some updates as it's cutting on what exactly is going on with the mower and the percentage done and battery life and all that kind of stuff, which is a really nice feature. Another pretty cool feature is it will sense where things are. So I have a little fence here with a raspberry bush, and it will not cut that area.
so this is the robot cutting around my area that I have marked it not to go to. So it's doing a good job staying off of it, because it's kind of gross right now, but it is a rock pile, and I don't want it to get rocks in the blades. So I put a little area around it on the app to make sure it does not get hurt and dull the blades there. If for any reason you do need to stop this, one of the safety features is you can just hit the stop button and it will automatically stop for you, which is super convenient, clearly labeled. And to go ahead and unlock and get it started, you're going to go ahead and hit the start and the OK button, and then it will go ahead and start cutting again once it knows everything is clear.
Another one that is, if it does get lifted up, that it will stop the blade. Also, if it gets off your property, it will not be able to be taken and used on another property without the charging dock and the setup that you have on your phone.
So let's go ahead and show you how to adjust the height. Go ahead and pull it out of its base. You're going to take the provided Allen wrench and go ahead and remove it. It has 3 different heights. The first height is the tallest, the second height is the medium, and the last one is the shortest. I'm going to move it to the shortest. Once both of those are successfully off, you will see it right here. And so if you want it higher or lower, you just move it up and down. And so we will want to make sure this stays here. As we put this back in, I'm going to push it down in there a little bit more. So when we put this back on, it will stick where it needs to. And this will put it on the shortest of the 3 settings. Go ahead and tighten this back down as well. Double check to make sure it's tight. It's good to go. You can go ahead and start and mow your yard, and now you have the lower setting. Or if you want the higher setting, just put it up here, and you get to choose where you want it to be set to.
The how loud is it test. To me, it's about as loud as an electric weed whacker. Can the robotic mower go over sidewalks?
So it's coming in from a very huge cut all the way back. It is over 350 feet to the back line there. Kind of looks like a golf hole because it is through a lot of disc here. And yeah, did a really great job. You can just see the lines all the way up and down. This cut did take a while, and it was really hot, so I wasn't running him for most of the day, but he was able to complete it and looks really sharp. That's pretty awesome. I'm pretty certain that's over an acre and a half, which is at its limit, but did a great job. You can see the neighbors cut their grass like a day or two ago, and this did a whole lot of really clean long cuts, which I really like, and even had this little area here, which is a rock pile, and my fire pit both circled around with the kind of do not cut areas, and I really like how well this turned out.
By clicking the little wrench, you can change the mower settings, 1 pass, 2 pass, crosscut, what the obstacle is, and even change your mowing direction. And so as you do this, you can kind of see the change of direction on the screen. So it's pretty easy to change it, make it exactly what you want for your lawn. So here are my final thoughts on this product. I have really enjoyed using this. This has saved me a lot of time. After you get the setup done, it cuts very nicely. The setup was easy. There's no perimeter wire you have to worry about. It mows up to an acre and a half. It has an adjustable height, which I do like as well. I do like my grass cut very short. The obstacle avoidance works pretty well. The only thing I will say is you do have to weed whack still, which I don't mind doing. I normally spend a long time weed whacking and mowing, so if I only have to weed whack, that's pretty good. There are some great advantages of the auto charge feature, that it just works. It goes back home when it needs to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are interested in more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching.